Notice California has started implementing, or already implemented, $20 minimum wage, especially for fast food workers. And I feel like that's a double-edged sword. I'll get more into it in another video, but pretty much California has done this, and I look at it like these big corporations are going to be able to do things like lay people off. They are going to, so they can cut costs. They are going to take, just say you get 40 hours a week, they're going to start cutting hours from 40 to less than 40 hours. Because, anything above 40 hours is time and a half, or OT. They're going to start closing restaurants. And they're going to start adding automation. So what I mean is, I don't live in California, but I've noticed McDonald's and Taco Bell have started to implement the self-checkout or kiosk. So there is no cashier. You can't get any help from anybody. You just order your food at the kiosk, and then you order your food, and then you just wait for your food, and then the people give it to you. I wouldn't doubt eventually, the cooks back there are going to start having their jobs automated. I wouldn't doubt it's going to take a little bit, but they're going to have those automated. And then eventually, like the, drive-through. I've seen some places where they have the drive-through automated. So pretty much you come up, instead of hearing a real voice, you are talking to a robot, and then after the order is done taken, it gets sent back to the back, and then the cooks cook it. Like I said, it's a lot of our jobs are going to start becoming automated, in my opinion. And this is just starting. California there's a lot that goes into it, but taxes and all that stuff. But I feel like California is kind of starting to be one of those states that kind of starts things and then people start following. I've noticed that. And I just feel like it's, not a good thing. Because more and more people are going to start losing out on hours, lose their jobs. I mean, I believe it was 99-cent store. I don't know what the hell that is, but I think it's only over there in the West Coast. I'm not 100% sure, because I know here where I'm at, we don't have no 99-cent stores. The closest thing to a store that's called that is Dollar Tree, and that's it. And they've even raised their prices. But 99-cent store, they've laid off a lot of people, if not closed pretty much all their stores. And I don't know how many stores that is. Can't tell you, because I just heard about it, never really looked into it. But it's just sad, because I understand that people want to make a livable wage, but when you look at it, the livable wage, it's a never-ending cycle. You get paid more and things always go up. Inflation just throws everything sky high to the point where you're not even if you make the $20 an hour, or 21, 22, whatever the case may be, things are going to go up even more, to the point where that price increase isn't going to really help that much. And I mean, if you look at it, like, I remember when I was making $14 an hour, I was getting 48 hours a week. I was making roughly about $500 every week. So I was getting about $2,000 a month. And then, jump that down, just to 40 hours. That's about $100 less. So then if I didn't get those 8 hours, I'd be only getting about $400. So what, $1,600, I believe it is, a month, instead of $2,000. I could be wrong on my math. I'm just doing it in my head. But just imagine having $20 an hour, which is roughly a little over $3,000 a month. It's about $800, depending on how your taxes are taken out, and all that's a little over $800 a week. So imagine having 48 hours and then having your 8 hours taken away, or even less, down to 30 hours. I believe, if I remember correctly, I remember when I was making that, I was roughly getting about 5. It could have been either 400 or 500. I forget. I have to go look at my pay stubs a couple years ago. But just imagine getting 30 hours, and you're making $20 an hour. It roughly ends up to about the same amount of money as if you were making that $14 an hour and you had your 40 hours. It's a give or take a little bit. I know my math is kind of off, but because I did this in my head the other day, and it's just nuts. But all in all, you gotta find out a side hustle, or do a trade or something of that matter to find a better job. Because doing these jobs like McDonald's and Taco Bell, I never personally worked there. The only job that I work anywhere close to a fast food joint would be Pizza Hut. And I worked there for 6 months to a year. I forget. I think it was about a year before I got fired for that cell phone. I told you that in a previous video. Pretty much, long story short, they put out a phone policy. I had my phone, but I was putting it out on the table. Nobody was here. It was a snowy night. We didn't even have any customers because it snowed. And I had put my phone out on the desk, and the assistant manager came back, or training assistant manager, whatever he was. He said, "What is our phone policy?" And I told him, and then he fired me later on that night. And they were trying to get me fired anyway, because I called out one of the big managers because I was serving tables and I messed up a cheese stick order. It was like, and she got mad and said that I am costing their store like $1, because cheese sticks are $1 less than the regular bread, or cheese sticks are $1 more than the regular breadsticks. And I called her out and I was like, "You're making yourself lose out on money more than I am, because you're giving your friends free food that are like $30, $40, and I'm only messed up this order," and she didn't like that too much. But it is what it is. I'm not worried about that. That happened over 10 years ago. But you're gonna have to start looking into other ways to make money, or find a way to go to college or a trade school, or do something that can get you a better wage, or even move to a cheaper state. Because working these fast food jobs isn't gonna get anybody anywhere. And I mean, yeah, you can work your way up, of course, but as you already know, a manager job, assistant manager, and on up, not everybody gets those jobs. Only a select few get those jobs, and then everybody else is still a regular employee. You know what I mean? So just do whatever you can to make your life better. I have nothing against fast food workers. Personally, if I don't eat it, I don't care. I mean, it's not good for you. I mean, I eat it here and there, but I mean, it's pretty much so expensive nowadays that you can go to a regular, a regular sit-down restaurant and eat food there that's way healthier for you than eating over at McDonald's that is going to cost you for like 2 meals with a drink, a fry and a burger. It's going to cost you like $20-something. You can go to the freaking Applebee's or Chili's and get yourself a special down there for $20-something, But that's just my little thoughts. Work towards your dreams. Love what you do and do what you love. Nobody's ever going to get you to your dreams unless you work for them. And live your life to the fullest, because we only got one.